I was watching a Niagara Falls special last evening, and it was people that have gone over the falls either intentionally or accidentally, and wow, really fucked up.
What was the
People are stupid.
What was the last one? Only a couple years ago, right?
Yeah.
And I asked her before the show, but I'll make believe.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see jet ski guy?
Yeah, the jet ski guy from, was that 95? Somewhere around there?
I felt like I was in Buffalo doing radio when that happened. I thought I was, but maybe
I think it was
not.
like 95.
I was out of Buffalo by 95, but a guy decided to take a jet ski over the...
Yeah.
And I don't think he was trying to kill himself.
No, he had this rocket-propelled parachute rig, right? And he's on the jet ski, and he was going to ride the jet ski right off the edge of the falls and then hit this rocket pack thing that was supposed to propel him away from the falls and all those sharp, jaggedy rocks below. And then the chute would come out, and he'd parachute gently down.
What a great stunt.
Great stunt, if anything worked. The jet thing didn't work. His parachute didn't work. And
he did a dipsy doodle.
He did a dipsy doodle.
It can only be described as a dipsy doodle.
Oh, yeah. He
did a header into the rocks, I believe.
Oh, did he fucking die. And then there was a family that is responsible for a lot of the rescues around that area, the Niagara Falls area. And two of the sons of the father that did a lot of the rescues decided to go over the falls.
What?
Yeah, one in he took a bunch of tires, inner tubes and shit, and blew them up, and then covered them in some mesh netting, and went right in the middle of the tires and went over the falls.
That's smart. How did that work out?
Oh, well, he was catapulted out like toothpaste when it hit the rocks at the bottom and immediately killed. Another dumb motherfucker decided to go over in a kayak.
Kayak guy. Maybe kayak guy was when I was up there.
He took a kayak.
What year was that?
Right over, and they never recovered him, but they recovered the kayak, which looked like a pretzel when he was done.
They never recovered him.
No.
Aren't there only a couple of people that have done it successfully? Like in barrels or whatever?
I think 15 people have gone over, and...
that is?
Yeah, and I think 10 have survived.
Oh, I didn't.
The first one was some old bag. Yeah, back in 1901. Some old lady in a regular fucking, like, whiskey barrel. And she lived. Really fucked up.
The rocks are what gets you, right?
Oh, man.
And
How far of a fall is that?
And the water, because the water keeps pummeling you and you drown.
Another guy died.
You can't fight the water.
Another guy died. He got into a barrel, big metal barrel, with a bunch of bolts on top, and they bolted the hatch and stuff like that. And then he went over the falls and got stuck in one of those currents from the falls where it's just spun.
Right.
And stayed behind the waterfall spinning the barrel. And he suffocated after 4 hours of spinning in the barrel under the fall.
Why couldn't anyone get him out?
He was underneath Niagara Falls.
Oh, my God.
And it was like a long time ago. Oh,
You're car sick, basically, for 4 hours and
he's
then die.
woozy. And he took his turtle with him, and the turtle lived. He opened it up, and his turtle was fine.
His turtle just kept walking into things for the rest of his life.
Just a very dizzy turtle.
It spun for 4 hours. He probably knocked out before then, you know.
Probably, and he just suffocated in there.
What a terrible death.
Another, there was 2 kids, a teenage daughter and a fucking a son that was like maybe 8 or 9 years old, whatever it was. And they were on a boat with some other guy, and the engine died on the boat, and they were on the river. And then the whole boat starts going toward Niagara Falls. And they capsized. They grabbed onto some rocks. And the girl got out. Somebody reached over and grabbed her out. And then the boy, actually, wearing nothing but a life jacket, right over the falls. He pops out underneath at the bottom. And they pull him out, and he's fine.
Wow, what a story.
Right over the fucking falls, wearing nothing. He said he remembers it. And said there was no sensation of falling whatsoever. You're just in, he said, like it felt like you were in a cloud, just kind of there, and then he was in the water.
Because you're in the middle of such a rush of water.
Yeah, and it's all relative. You know, the water's falling at the same speed as you, so you're not feeling that wind resistance that you would feel if you were skydiving or something like that. You're falling at the same rate as the water, so relative to the water, you're really not falling. It's kind of a weird thing.
What is that picture right there?
That's the guy on the jet ski that died
this morning. When did he do that?
95.
What year was that?
Yeah, I think that's about right.
Wait, how did he
85.
die? Like, did he have a he had a parachute?
He
Didn't
had a
work.
parachute. Some people said the parachute deployed but wasn't connected to his backpack.
Oh,
Whoops.
God.
And he smashed onto the rocks
Look at the
below.
confidence in that shot. He's like, okay.
Oh, he
well,
threw his arms out like,
threw his arms out. Now all I have to do is hit this button, and I'm golden.
And it was supposed to propel him forward
Right.
with a little rocket pack so he wasn't in the falls and he was away from the rocks. And then none of that happened. he just plummeted to his death on the rocks below.
On a jet ski.
Yeah. And then, this was that brother and sister, where the brother went over and the sister was rescued. The sister was rescued by a black gentleman that he was over the rail, got his legs on the rail and grabbed her in. And he went to visit her at the hospital and they wouldn't let him in because he was black.
When was this?
He saved her life last week.
Oh.
No, it was way back in the 50s, I believe, or maybe 60.
Terrible.
Early 60s. Yeah, and they wouldn't let him in to visit the girl because he was black, but he saved her life.
No, you're right, but there's no reason for resentment. You know?
It doesn't happen now. Behave.